Let us come to the continuation of the chapter end of colonialism and the Cold War. Let us come to the continuation of the topic nationalist movement in the colonies. A third challenge was that the educated nationalist leaders mostly belonged to the wealthy classes, which made it difficult for them to easily identify the people who belonged to the poor and exploited classes. However, many Congress leaders like Gandhiji, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel were able to participate in the present worker and Adivasi movement. The country had been exposed to democratic practices since 1880, when the British ruler introduced public franchises. People elect their representatives to the municipalities between 1919 and 1935. In addition, primary education had a wider reach in the Indian population. This education system helped all the classes, castes, religions, and regions in the country. For these reasons, the democratic system was established in India. Our next topic is about decolonization. Some examples of decolonization are given below. Let us discuss about first India. The movement against British rule in India gained momentum after 1935. Peasants, workers, Adivasis, etc., in all regions of the country were by then opposing the colonial establishment. The Congress party has assumed the leadership of the national freedom movement under the guidance of Gandhiji. Win freedom. Dalit leaders like Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar were worried about the fate of the Dalit. The Muslim had similar concerns. For example, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the leader of the Indian Muslim League, began demanding a separate country, Pakistan, for the Muslim. The national movement with pleasant revolt under some states and individual workers in the cities organizing strikes and demonstrations. The British government decided to bifurcate India. The colonial rulers also gave the 500 or princely states would like to be integrated into India or Pakistan or remain as independent states. Most of the rulers were willing to merge their states into India, but a few large princely states such as Jammu and Kashmir and Hyderabad tried to retain their independence status. Second, Indonesia. Indonesia is a country of island situated to the southeast of India. During the Second World War, Germany defeated Holland and handed over control of Indonesia to Japan. Indonesia's forests exploit its mineral resources, expropriate all its commercial crops. Sukarno, who had been imprisoned in Dutch jails for 10 years. The Japanese also encouraged the use of the local language in place of Dutch, but many Indonesian nationalists opposed Japan. Sukarno declared Indonesia an independent country on August 17, 1945. Japanese faced a defeat in the war. Meanwhile, the British Army, which had established its control over Indonesia, most of the British soldiers serving in Indonesia were Indians who were also in favor of both India and Indonesia gaining independence. They now tried to divide Indonesia into several independent states ruled by the Sukarno lead government. The Dutch army re-established its control over Indonesia, arresting and imprisoning Sukarno. On December 27, 1949, power was officially transferred to Indonesia. Indonesia also joined the non-aligned movement along with India. In Bandung, an important conference of 29th newly independent countries of the Asia and Africa participated. In Indonesia, the first general election was held in 1955 with several parties winning support in their respective regions. During this period of instability, the Indonesian Communist Party extended its support. The Sukarno government. Sukarno declared president's rule with the backing of the communist parties, thus putting an end to parliamentary democracy. Sukarno was ousted and the army installed Suharto as president of Indonesia. With America backing the transfer of power, Suharto's government ruled until 1998. Now we will discuss about the Vietnam. The Vietnamese, mostly poor peasants, waged a long war against the world's two most powerful nations to gain their freedom. France treated colonies as a source of a food, grain, and other raw material, forcing the peasant to grow crop for international market. During the Great Depression of 1929, the indebted peasants of Vietnam were forced to sell their land to money lender and big landowners, then cultivate their own land as trade nets. The French ruler did not allow colleges and universities to be established in the country. During the Second World War, Japan captured Vietnam. The nationalist Vietnamese launched Viet Minh's movement under the leadership of Ho Chi Minh with the support of USSR. The Viet Minh formed an army under the command of Vo Gian Giap to capture power in Hanoi. After the war, France wanted to re-establish its control over Vietnam, so it tried to install a puppet government that would act under its direction. America installed a puppet government in South Vietnam. The country was thus bifurcated into North Vietnam and South Vietnam. Communist controlled North Vietnam launched a land reform program, abolishing land lordism and making the peasants the owner tillers of the land. Thousands of feudal landowners were killed, the poor peasants and the landless labor becoming owner of the land after many generations. Vietnam was soon in the competition between America and the USSR. The Americans bounded North Vietnam using deadly chemical weapons that devastated all the vegetations over a vast area. This merciless devastation of life and prosperity. The Vietnamese continuing to fight America despite the devastation. Thousands were killed on both sides. Uh, Eventually, in 1974, President Richard Nixon announced with withdrawal of America forces from Vietnam. The South Vietnamese government, without Americans' support, and Vietnam merged into a unified country on April 30, 1975. Vietnam established parliamentary democracy. Thank you, children. We will continue our remaining topic in our next class. Stay home, stay safe.